They called Joe Superman, and really, all of them were Superman. He was 6'4", and he got a lot bigger and muscular as he matured, and he was like a Superman. He was just big and strong and burly, but just had a wonderful heart, and that's why they called him Superman, because he was kind of Superman in his strength and size. My name is Gary Schulz. I lived in Beemer for 50 years, and Joe Lemm and his mother and family lived only 2 blocks from where we lived.
My son came from a little town of 600 and 700 people.
And he walked by our house every day, and I would try to talk to him as often as I could about sports. I'm a sports nut. And he did football and basketball, track, and he did very well in all of them.
He went on after graduation. He went on to the Air Force. Joe met with a person there that worked for him. And he said, you have to really believe in what you do to make a character for yourself in life. And this young man believed in Joe. They went into the academy, and Joe went on, and this other man did not. He says, you can be a better police officer than I will ever be. He says, you go on and you be a great police officer. And as Joe did become a police officer, he was not quite there a year. He was there 9 months, and 9/11 hit. He became a detective. He was in the National Guard. He was as an Air Force person, and he was an NYPD cop. When he came back from 9/11, he wanted the children from 5th, 6th grade on up to come in and see what destruction can happen in the United States. And he wanted to show them because it's history.
He taught the community how to be a good American, rural Nebraska citizen, because he stood for all the right things in life. And so he taught Beemer, Nebraska, where his childhood was, what good character and good people can really do.
He had such a big heart, and just being around him, you could feel the energy coming from him.
Well, when he was in Afghanistan for his 3rd time being there, he was the 6 of them that were there were killed by a suicide bomber.
And 3 days before he died, I had a very bad feeling. I had a real hard feeling in my stomach that afternoon. And then the next morning I heard on the TV that there were 6 American soldiers killed. And subconsciously I knew, but I didn't want to believe. And when he passed away, I had some of the kids that are now grown and come to me, and they said, we remember when he was in our school and he came to talk to us, and he told us about the destruction that happened in 9/11. And we were all so fascinated with it because it seemed like it was in a different world. But it was only states away. But they came to me and said, he gave us a badge. And I still have that badge, and I will treasure that badge because he gave it to me. And he is our hero.
In my description of a hero, Joe would be one, because he did so well coming from Beemer, Nebraska, and going to New York City and getting on the police department and becoming a detective and being in the Air Force Reserve, he did all the things that a hero does to lead a life like we would honor and respect in Joe Lemm.
He would say, I am not the only hero. It's all the heroes that go out before him and after him and do the best that they can be. He wears the badge of 9/11, and he wears it proudly. He wears the badge of being detective proudly. And he does it for the American people, not just for himself, not just for the families around him, but for all people. That he doesn't want to be called a hero. I really don't think he does. He just wants to make things better for the world.